Hello and welcome back to Factory Town. In our last episode, we built this rather large construction area here that's making 2 sandwiches plus 2 extra cheese per second, or at least it will once we get all the boosts going, and of course once all the crops are growing well. But we forgot one thing. After we built all this, we were going to look and see how the fertilizer was backing up, and if we could reasonably steal from one of these chutes or another of these chutes for the fertilizer. And it looks like we could honestly steal from any of the 3. So I'm going to steal from the easiest of the 3, which is this one. Let's take this over. Pull that out of there. And there. These go here and here. And that should take care of it. That'll speed up the... No. That'll increase the yield of the grain every time it regrows. Which, as long as they get done before that batch regrows, I think it will be affected. Yeah, I think it will. Looks like it will. Which is good. It's kind of either or. If it needed to be there beforehand, or if it needed to be there afterward. But it looks like it's working out well. And so now the supply water and supply fertilizer appear to only need to happen when a regrowth happens. Which is interesting. So you need a lot less water and fertilizer, I think, than we used to, because I think before it was on a timer. Depending, I don't know how long the timer was, I don't remember, but it looks like now that it's based on when the regrowth happens. So that's interesting. But that takes care of fertilizer. So the next thing we wanted to work on was the next thing for the next thing for the tavern, which I think I'm going to just go ahead and build the berry cakes and tackle that large build, and then we'll have just 3 more medium-sized builds to do after that. And then what that means is we can double this production of fish oil here, shipping it all into the trading post, which I want to see also, by the way, while we're here, how that's looking. Still rather sparse. But we also need to do some boosting here, I think. Yeah, we need to do all the boosting here. But we can double this array of fish oil here. Maybe we can put it on this peninsula here. Although we're going to have an issue with chutes. We're going to have to consolidate these chutes down some, because we only have really 8 tiles we can work with here. Because for some reason this corner, unless we can make this corner work... Might be able to make this corner work. Can I get in there and make this corner work? Otherwise, we can only get 8... Really, actually, only 7 pipes in here, and that might not work well enough. I can do this if I do it like this, I think. No, apparently I can't. Maybe we need the other terrain tool. Yeah, I think we need to do it this way. There. Maybe? Maybe not. Maybe it's not going to let me because it's underneath an existing building. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, and we can't move trading posts, so we can't move it and put it back or anything. We can move these now, though, can we? Or no, I guess we can't move these now. Yeah. The ones that spawn in are permanent, even though we were able to build some more. Okay, so I cleared this, or I smoothed, rather, this large area on top of this mountain. I don't know if this is going to be enough. I don't have any idea. So we're just going to try it, see what happens, and go from there. So let's clear out everything that's on this flat area. We may need to make it bigger, but we can start here. Because the berry cake is going to be at least as big as the sandwich and cheese together were. I looked at the number of buildings and everything, and it looks pretty intense. So let's just once again start out here with a train station, and the train will come in and pick up from there, of course. How far did I go? Oh, I might actually be level with the tracks. Did we do that once before in something out here somewhere or something? I don't remember. Maybe it was in one of the campaigns too. I can't remember. All right, so let's look at this recipe. So to start with, or to finish with rather, since we're starting at the end and working our way backward, we need 2 kitchens making berry cakes. And I think I'll put them pretty close in here like this. And scroll, thank you for the autosave. Berry cake and berry cake. By the way, we passed 1,000,000 purple coins at some point, I just noticed. So that's 2 kitchens that are both fire and steam boosted. And then those are supplied by 2 more kitchens. We'll do 2 spaces just for now, making the regular cakes. Because you can't make berry cake without a regular cake. The berry cake also, in addition to the cake, takes jam, sugar, and berries. So we're gonna have to set those up, and we'll do, and it's got to be the apple jam. Now we could do, speaking of that, we could do the old apple jam recipe. This one here that takes any kind of fruit. I'm tempted to make this one out of berries, just because it's berry cake. So putting apple jam in berry cake sounds like nonsense to me. But on the other hand, I don't know. If this were before that upgrade, I would definitely have done it. And I may still do it. But we're not going to do that part yet. So I can decide. But I'm leaning toward it just because it's berry cake. It makes logical sense to put berry jam, as well as berries, of course, in berry cake, not apple jam. Although, to be fair, again, in a different way, it takes, or apple is often used as a, I don't know, generic filler fruit in a lot of things that are other fruit flavored, like, juices and such. So, you might as well, I guess. So, the cake is going to take flour, and for the cake we need to have 8 flour per second, which is going to require 4 air-boosted grain mills. So, I'll just put them down for now. I guess I should be putting this option in, and then copy-pasting. Alright. Now you're just being belligerent, game. Or I missed. One or the other. Definitely one or the other. 4 of those. So that's basically 2 for each kitchen. And then the next would be 6 farms supplying these. And these farms are actually going to be in the same configuration as these, because they need to have 102 farm tiles between them, which if you do 102 divided by 6, you get 17. And each pair of these has 34, which is 2 times 17. So it's actually going to be exactly like this kind of layout, except that it's only 6 farms for 4 grain mills. Now this would be 8. It's only 6. So we have to do something a little more creative here, because we need to be able to feed in the correct amount into each one. And that's, I think we're just going to do 3 to 2 kind of thing. So maybe that other arrangement isn't going to work out very well. So if we do 3 to 2, that's 3 times 17, which is 51 farm tiles spread between the 3. And I don't think we can get these close enough to be able to get 51 farm tiles in between them, because it would all have to be between this line here and this line here, so that's not possible. But we might be able to do is put them all between this line here and this line here, and then this line here and this line here, and then the middle one is just sharing the 2 outside ones. Maybe. But let's go ahead and put these down, and at least that way we have the number of farms we need, and that makes flour. Now for the cake, we also need to have sugar and butter and eggs. So sugar is going to be, actually, we need sugar a few different places. We need sugar here, of course. We need sugar here as well. And then the jam also needs sugar. Let's just do this. And no matter which one we do, whether we do apple jam, needs 1 every 5, or 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1, and even this one down here is 1 to 1. So we do need sugar for this out here, as well as the sugar for this one and this one. So my thought was to put all those together, especially since they can be kind of put close to each other, and set up a farm or a few farms for all 3 of those together. Farm, sugar, farm. There it is. 6 farms, but only 24 farm tiles because of the high yield on sugar. Just checking, yeah, because its base yield is 8 versus like 4 and 5 for most things. So if I can figure it out, if I can get a farm, or rather a group of farms here, what was it again? 24 farm tiles between 6 farms. Maybe we would even have to do maybe 2 sets of 3 or something. Or we put them in between. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 20. That is so close, yet so far. How can I make that work? How can I make that work? If I did this, that would be 5 times 3 is 15 plus 5, and 5 is 25. So this idea might work. This idea is crazy, just about crazy enough to work. If you look at the overlaps of all of these boxes, they all share this middle 15. And then these 3 share this 5, and these 3 share this 5. Now, let's just point them outward so that it looks like we're behind the farms here. Then we have 15 tiles being shared between all 6 farms, and then each set of 3 shares 5. That makes 25 farm tiles total, which I think will work and will balance properly enough for this. So we could possibly do something like this with the sugar. But in that case, let's see, 2 of them, I think it's all the same, right? Or is it not? That's the only other problem. You're going to be making 2 berry cakes per second, so you're going to need to have 4 sugar per second. Same thing for you, but you are going to only need to have 2 sugar per second. Wait a minute. No, that's not right. Or... oh wait, we need to have 4 jam per second because it's 2 here. So this actually is going to need to have 4 sugar per second as well. So each pair of farms then could send its sugar to each setup. 2 to here, 2 to here, and 2 to here. So the other option is to just do the farms in pairs, and then we would have only 8 farm tiles shared between them. But it's going to take up a lot of space. I'm trying to minimize space here just because of how huge of a build this is. So maybe. And then I'm talking myself into the using the berries for the old apple jam recipe. And if I do that, then we need to have a total of... now I've lost my place. 24 berries per second, which would be 6 farms, but only well, it'd be 6 farms in the 2 with the 34, like we did a lot of these setups. Two farms paired, so that's a lot. But if we did it with apples, that would be 2 foresters. Still, well, actually, that would be less space. 2 foresters sharing or having 64 tree planters between them, versus needing 4 farms with 78 farm tiles. Oh man, it's tough. Maybe I will just do apple trees. And then otherwise we need to have a farm maybe over here farming the rest of the berries that we do need for the berry cake. And that is going to be 8 berries per second. Because 4 on this one and 4 on this one, which only needs the 34 farm tiles and 2 farms, rather, not just 1, 2 farms. We didn't finish this though. The cake gets the sugar from whatever we do with this. So does this cake, and so does this jam, whichever jam we use. And then we also need to have butter and eggs here. So butter means one more kitchen. Game, thank you. Kitchen, making butter. There. And then that needs to be supplied by a pasture. And it's just an earth-boosted pasture. Because it's not that much milk. Because we need to have 2 butter per second total between the two. Which means we need to have 4 milk per second. And this can easily provide 4 milk per second when we earth boost it, because that's 8 every 2 seconds. So, let's see. And then you need to have 2 grain mills and 4 farms feeding just this. 2 grain mills making animal feed, of course. And I've already crowded myself out. And then 4 farms with grain. I'm just going to place them off the cliff here, and we'll figure out how to arrange that better as we progress. And then the final item we need is eggs. That's going to need a pasture, again, with earth plus, I think, 2 upgrades. And that's because we need to have a total of 4 eggs, 2 for each, per second. This is going to produce 4 every 3 seconds, 8 with the earth boost, 2 more upgrades would be 12 every 3 seconds, which is 4 per second. And then that's going to need only 1 grain mill, because of the only needing 1 grain here, and then 2 farms making grain. And the 34 farm tiles between them. So how do we rearrange this all so that we can get it aligned as best as possible? Well, I think we should move back into the corner. Can I get 51 between 3 of these at all? Not unless we did the other idea that I had, but I don't even know if that's going to work. Because that's only 12 and 12 and 3, and we still need to be able to pull a shoot out. Oh, we can pull a shoot out right there. 12 and 12 is 24, and 3 is 27. And then again, 12 and 12 and 3 more would be 27 more, which is 54. Actually, that is just crazy enough to work. Oh, look, you can move multiple things at once. Well, that's a horse of a different color. Let's put them here. Except that you can't see what you're moving around unless you do this. How do I want to... How did I have this again? That area there, which is the difference between this one and this one. Okay, so the middle one needs to be placed here. Why? There. And then this one can be on this side, and that one can be there. And then this one can only be placed outside of that. Okay, so we need to place the next middle one. And I think that goes here. And then here and here. And then we make sure this works out correctly. So we need to have this space here. No. This space here. So it's halfway between there. Cannot overlap with this one here. Okay, that might just work. And then we'll do our farm tiles just to mark off the spaces here. That's 12. And 12 more is 24 plus 3. And then this is 12 plus 3 plus 12. And that's totals 54. And then we can do the same thing, or can we? No, we can't. They need to be further apart. This line here needs to be that line there. Okay, so we need to move over by one whole farm. Okay. Because this one would gather from anything up to this point, and that box there needs to be outside of that spot. So this should work. I hope. I guess I can do that. And that should work. You can bring the water in from the back here. We'll have to run fertilizer through here, of course, as well. Guess I should have done this. Grain farm. I think this will work. I hope it'll work. So that'll supply everything we need for these. So let's go ahead and make these back here. Even though there and here, maybe? Yeah, that'll work. And then here and, excuse me, here. And the reason this will work is we're going to have one chute connecting directly there, one chute connecting directly there, and this one will be split. And we needed a total of 12 grain from this whole arrangement, 24 from the combined total here. Yeah, so 12 grain. If we count this as 1, 2, 3 chutes, that's 4 per chute. I think we were doing 4. I think 4 per chute is fine. So we'll count that as good, and we'll have to just check it at the end, and then we can have a well back here, like that. And I'll hook those up at some point. So that might just work. And then we can add this farm in. Do I want this one to be next, or do I want... This is berries. This is grain for this. This is grain for this. How much space do we need here? Something like that. Actually, we can go over by one more. I look into packing this in as tight as I can, because this one just can't get into these 28 tiles here, which should be fine, because it's outside of those. Yep. So if we do that, we're going to have to make this a little bit bigger out here. But maybe I'll swap... Yeah, I think I'm going to swap this egg setup for this milk and butter setup. And if I do that, then this can go here. And then this one needs to be as far away as these are from each other, which is only 4 tiles, because it's only needs to be there. But we still need to make this just a little bit bigger, which we can do. Not much, but just a little. Something along that line. Oh, move out of the way. Clear this out. And then this one needs to come over here. And actually that was one too many spaces, but that works fine. Now what the heck is up with this? Oh. Nice. Oh, there's a little divot right there too. There we go. So we can take these all out of here. Okay. And then this is going to go here. And that'll deliver feed to the pasture. Maybe I'll pack this in a little bit tighter by doing this. Not centered. Bummer. You're going to need to have 8 water, which is 16 wells, but I think we'll be okay because they can go in this area here. And then this kitchen goes here, and that's making butter. So we have butter here, we have flour here, and then over here we can set up eggs. Okay, thank you, autosave. No, that stays down here. You go up there somewhere. This we might have to square off a little bit, but maybe not. I can position it just right, and that might just be right. Almost right. That we can fix. Okay, that'll go there. This needs to get moved up a little bit more. That's good, or actually it's one too many, but that's fine. This can go up by, we'll say 2. And this needs to have, for eggs, 4 water per second, which is... Wait, was this 4 as well? No, this was 8, which is 16 pumps, or wells. This is 4, so that's 8 wells. So we can make that fit, I think. So this goes into making cake. This goes into making cake, and this goes into making cake. Can we make the cakes back here a little bit? Probably. Or should we? Probably. Maybe we'll run the eggs across the front of the cake makery. Something like that. Yes, I said cake makery. And then this is going to be jam. How do I want the sugar to work? Well, I think we need to put the sugar back here. And actually, these can go a lot tighter back here if we want them to. Suppose I should set these first. Did I set all these? I did not. These and these? Nope. Okay. I better set them manually. That way I remember where they go. Not that there's anything to collect yet at this point, but as soon as I do this, it could start going crazy. Lots of grain. And then you two finally are going to be berries. I'll copy paste that one. Okay, so this is sugar, and we need to have 3, and then we need to have 3 more. And then I think this will work well enough, at least. Having these plus those, plus all of these and all of these. And will that be a problem bringing in the water? Or the fertilizer can come through in between here. That's fine. The biggest problem I see, and maybe I'll move this some more. This will go down here someplace. This is making the jam that goes into here. 2 of the sugars go into here, 2 of them go into here, 2 of them go into here. And then you're getting berries from here. This also needs fruit of whichever kind, and I think we're just going to do the apple one. So, and if that's the case, then I can choose the correct apple jam recipe here. I think I'm going to move these this way. Some. I don't know if this is correct yet or not. Take all these out. Thank you. Why? Okay, there we go. Being difficult. Wrong button. Here. Yep. Here and here. And then if I put in the 2 foresters, was it? Yep. 2 foresters. Somewhere in this neighborhood. Can I make them right next to each other? And can I then get enough tree planters in that shared area? 64. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 5 is 50. And then we can have 6 here and 6 here. That's 62. And then 2 more is 64. Works for me. But we need more room here. So that's not going to work exactly. But we don't need that much. This can actually go all the way over here. And we're still fine, except for that one corner right there. Just like that. And that gives us plenty of room to run shoots out from here. So let's move this over a little. Maybe. Let's pull these back a little. Just kind of planning here with my hands instead of with my imagination. These guys are going to need to share 34 farm tiles, so that's fine. You guys we already figured out. I could actually pull this up and then not have to head worried about that so much, but it's fine now. These guys could move up here just a little bit, though, perhaps. That'll work. So, how do I want to do this? I think we're going to have 4 items coming in here. And none of them is a liquid. And one of them coming out. And that's not a liquid either. Now, how do we accomplish that? I think let's see. We have berries coming in on a chute. And sugar coming in on a chute. Everything else is belted. So if we brought the berries in on a chute this way, which is kind of what I was thinking of doing, and then we brought the sugar in on a chute this way, which is what I was thinking of doing, then on the ground, then it's somewhat trivial. We can obviously take the cakes out the berry cakes out that way, and then we can probably make do with some of the belts somehow. If we brought in the cakes on a shared belt here, this is 2 per second, so that's a metal belt. I'm just gonna do this just so that we have the belt in the way, so that I can plan the other one properly. Here, and then we'll just do a splitter right there, and it'll dump it in there. And then we need to have the jam coming in. And I think we can make this work if we did that, and this, and then this. Will that work? Oh yes, that will work. So that'll go in there, like this. And that'll be our 4 ingredients in, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then our 1 ingredient out will be on cloth belts in the air, because it's only 1 per second per kitchen. And I think that'll work. I hope that'll work. So, let's see. We need to figure out the chutes for apples. I'm going to put up on an elevation, I think, because I'm going to put the sugar on the ground. So let's do, let's come out here. That's as far as we can go. We need to turn here. This will be the sugar for the cake. For the berry cake, rather. Like that. And we'll come out. I wish it would automatically put the thing in here. This will be the sugar for this kitchen, making the jam. This one and this one. like that. Well, I guess I could center it. That would be aesthetically pleasing. Like that. And then finally we'll have this one. Maybe I should just do it like that. Change this one to go like this. Up there, continue, go out there. Yeah, let's do it like this. There we go. Because all their shared farm tiles are here in the center. These 5 times 3, and then these 5 and these 5. And then we need tree planters over here. And that was 10 times 5, 50. Out of fertilizer. Not surprising given the number of farm tiles I've placed in the last few minutes. Just checking everything again. 6 farms, 24 farm tiles for sugar. Tree planters. 64 tree planters. We'll plant those as we can. 6 farms and 4 grain mills with 102 farm tiles between them. Once I do this third one, that should be, or no, sorry, that third one's different. This is 50, let's see, 12, 24, 40, 48 plus 6 is 54. Perfect. So that's 102. Well, it's too many, but it's 102 is what we needed. And then this and this will be for 4 farms. Wait, what were these for? Butter. 1 kitchen, 1 pasture, 2 grain mills, 4 farms, 68 farm tiles between them. That'd be the 34 setup. And then we have eggs are 1 pasture, 1 grain mill, and 2 farms with the 34 farm tiles between them. And then berries are 2 farms with 34 farm tiles between them. And that is everything. So I think we're going to leave this here. I will get the tree planters planted between the episodes. And then we can come back and finish connecting all of this up and get it turned on in the next episode. So thank you all for joining me. And I will see you all next time. Bye for now.